Jaskowyak Jaskowyak asks, "Hey dude, I've been following your hair loss on YouTube ever since I started mine. It's been just under 3 years on Fin. Had great results first year. The 2 years starting to slowly regress. I incorporated 0.5 milligrams once a week. Do you recommend this regimen or should I stick with Fin? I'm only about 2 months in." Again, guys, I'm not a doctor. I'm never going to tell anybody how or when or if they should take finasteride or dutasteride. It's not my place to do that. Okay, but I will only speak from my experience. Only 2 months in, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, even if it's finasteride, you got to give yourself like 6 months to a year before you make any kind of decision. These drugs are not overnight magic workers, dude. Maybe Minoxidil, you can make a decision 2 or 3 months in, but even I would be wary about making a decision after just 3 months. So 2 months definitely for finasteride and dutasteride. No, it's not enough time, dude. Like, give yourself a year. Okay, a year to see. Even like, think about hair transplants. You know, when you get a hair transplant, man, like the doctor will tell you, don't make any decisions about whether you need a second procedure or not until 12 to 18 months after the hair transplant has finished. Because anything before that, you don't have enough, I don't want to say data, but you don't have enough information to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? So if you're worried, maybe you're still shedding or it hasn't stabilized, it is too soon to say, bro. It really is. I always think like this. If you're not having side effects, then don't stop. Side effects is one of the reasons why I would tell you to stop. You know, if you're having unfavorable side effects that you just can't tolerate, stop. But if you're not having side effects and the only thing happening is your hair is still falling out, it's only been 2 months, bro. Like, come on. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but let's be real. It was like you've been on finasteride for 3 years. I mean, I'm sure you remember finasteride at the beginning. It didn't take you just 2 months to, see great results. So I would wait. All right. Black Wolf says, "Hey DJ, what's up? Your content is sleek, well produced and fresh. Thank you, sir. Can we send you some product and tell you if you like it? If you could do an unboxing review." Black Wolf, I'm assuming this has got to be hair fibers, dude. Let me see. Okay, guys. No, I won't do an unboxing for hair loss stuff, particularly as it comes to hair fibers, but just hair loss stuff in general. Like, well, I'm sure your product may be special, and I'm sure that there's creators who would love for you to pay them to review the video or even just do it for free product. I'm not that guy. One, because I don't really think there's a lot that differentiates 99% of the hair fibers on the market. So if you review one, you've reviewed them all. I've already reviewed Topic and Kabuki, and there's really no reason for me to do any more. I have my own hair fibers, or rather a partnership, that hopefully will still come to fruition here in the next coming months. But beyond that, dude, I'm sorry. I just don't do hair loss product reviews. But thank you for your offer. Next, Reese Parkinson. "Hey, bro, random message, but I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you." You're welcome, dude. Your videos about Topic have been a huge confidence booster for myself. I'm about to start Minoxidil as I'm quite wary about finasteride. Hopefully it will help. Part of the airplanes and helicopters above, they're practicing for an air show next weekend, so it's kind of noisy today. It looks like this is just you're just starting finasteride and Minoxidil, and you just want to reach out and say hi and thank you. And I appreciate that, man. Good luck with your journey. Finasteride and Minoxidil, if you're on the fence about taking them or using the drugs and stuff, dude, like, do your homework, make an educated guess that fits into your lifestyle and your risk tolerance. The risks are supremely low, but they are there. So make a decision about what is best for you and your family and go with it, man, and commit to it. Commitment, guys. As anything in life, especially as a man, commitment, you got to commit to shit. Not just hair loss and fighting it and stuff, but anything in life. You got to commit to your job. You got to commit to your career. You got to commit to your studies. You got to commit to your family. You got to commit. Commitment is one of the, and I know I'm going like tangent here, but it took a while for me to get that. My whole 20s, I couldn't commit to shit. But now as a 40-year-old, almost like I understand the importance of sticking with stuff. Okay, especially as it comes to hair loss, dude. You have to, otherwise you're gonna make a premature decision about whether some drug is working or not, and you're not gonna be able to see the big picture. You know what I mean? So yeah, Reese, thanks for your message. Thanks for watching the videos and stuff. And I hope this answer was helpful for you. King Kashesh, hey, what's up, bro? I watch your YouTube channel. Just wondering if you eat dairy, gluten, or too much sugar, because I notice when I eat those, my hair starts itching. The scalp starts itching, and then falls out, grows back when I'm eating clean. I do eat gluten. I don't really eat a lot of dairy, other than dairy that's used in the ingredients to make like bread and stuff. But like, I don't drink milk. I don't eat yogurt. I really avoid cheese unless I'm eating a pizza, which is rare. I do love sugar. I love fucking Haribos, dude. Ah, it's my weakness. Haribos, dude. Star Mix with the fucking egg with the marshmallow shit around it. Oh, give me the diabetes. I'll take it. Oh, it's worth it. But yeah, I've heard people talk about diet and how it affects or impacts your body and health. I used to work at a company called Global Healing when I moved back to the States for a year in 2020, which is like a natural health supplement company. And so the CEO is like big on avoiding this kind of shit and he's a vegan. And anyways, I'm not like that. But I understand there's value and there's data to support a so-called clean diet. It's just, man, we've been eating fucking gluten forever. And dairy, I mean, like that's what we eat, man. You know what I mean? And I just don't see enough data to say, hey, don't eat those things because it's going to make your hair fall out. When all through my teens and 20s and 30s, and now I've been eating it. Everybody eats it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it has some impact on my hair, hey, so be it. I'm not going to give up those things to regrow my hair, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to be an asshole. It's just I don't really subscribe to that line of thought. Spencer Longmore says, hey, DJ, been meaning to connect with you as I started following your page during the pandemic. Well, it's been a minute then, huh? Because my hair started to suddenly fall out. Long story short, I tried a few different things. When I tried Minoxidil, it seemed to get worse, so I stopped and went all natural. I tried oils, pumpkin seeds, Saw Palmetto, and then AAPE. I'm not really sure what, stem cells. I have to say, I believe my hair began to take form and grow back again. I haven't heard you talk about it much, so I just wanted to pass it along if you haven't tried it yet. All the best. I'm not familiar with AAPE in Mexico or anything related to stem cells. If you guys don't know, I mean, with the exception of a hair transplant, I am quite conservative in my fighting hair loss. I stick to the basics: Minoxidil and Finasteride, PRP, and whatever AAPE is. I'm not really sure what that is, but I just it's not worth it to me. You know what I mean? To go that route, especially if it requires me to travel. But even if it was here in South Korea, it's not for me, you know? And I'm not trying to dissuade anybody to do these things or to whatever. You just won't see it on my channel. I think Hairliciously, Aaron talks about these things. I don't know if he actually does them himself, but he talks about them. Dr. Jaya Prakash and Dr. Knudsen on the Hair Loss Show, they talk about these things. And if I'm not mistaken, what's his name? I forget his fucking name. Joe Tillman. I think he has a podcast. He may talk about these things, but it's just not me, man. I'm not going to talk about it. As far as the pumpkin seed, saw palmetto, and oils and stuff, hey, man, I fully support that. I mean, especially if you're trying to go natural, you're limited in what you're going to get going all natural. I'll be the first to admit you're not going to get great results. I shouldn't say you're not going to. The likelihood or the probability of you seeing significant regrowth is very, very limited with natural stuff. However, there is data to support that things like rosemary oil, saw palmetto, and even pumpkin seed, and other things that I talk about on my channel as far as natural supplements can have a positive impact on your hair and your scalp. So there is something to that. Let me know how it works out for you. Only thing I would point out, you said when I tried Minoxidil, my hair loss seemed to get worse, so I stopped. I hear this so much, man. I made videos about this, and I just stopped making videos about it because people no matter how many videos I made, people kept fucking talking about it and doing it. Minoxidil will make your hair fall out in the first few months, man. Like, it even says it on the label. This will cause shedding as the hairs, the miniaturized hairs fall out, and then they should come back slightly thicker or even significantly thicker if you're lucky. But yeah, man, like if you take Minoxidil for a month or 2 months, and then you start seeing shedding, and you stop, you're fucking yourself, dude. You're shooting yourself in the foot because the shedding is normal. What is going to happen when you stop, though, is any kind of hair that the minoxidil was starting to grow has suddenly been stunted because you stopped using minoxidil. And so those, I don't say new hairs, but reinvigorated hairs are going to like, hey, minoxidil no more, and they're going to fall out too. So yeah, you will look pretty fucked, at least for a few months. Which is why so many guys say that their hair loss got worse when they stopped using minoxidil. But then you start asking, and many of them have only used minoxidil for 2 or 3 months. And then they got hit by that first shed and got scared and they stopped and lost even more. So ultimately, guys, you got to again, it goes back to the consistency thing. You got to stay committed and consistent with any kind of hair loss treatment, no matter what it is. Derma rolling, minoxidil, finasteride, you just got to stick with it and give it time, guys. Give it a year. If you can't commit a year to trying to get your hair back, then you got bigger problems, man. Like, a year is not that long. You know what I'm saying? Wear a fucking hat, dude, until you can make a decision on whether or not it's working for you. And after a year, if you're still not satisfied, then it's time to start looking at other options. But don't just do it for 2 months and, oh, this isn't working. Oh my God, my hair's falling out, and then stop. And I will continue to put my foot down on that, man. Like, as a man, you got to be able to commit to this shit, man. You got to commit to everything that you put your mind to. You got to commit to it. All right? And stop getting scared and skittish every fucking time something unfavorable happens, guys. Because one, it's not attractive to be skittish like that. And two, it carries over into other parts of your life, the lack of commitment. You know what I mean? So I'll get off my soapbox for a second, but I feel very passionate about that in terms of give the hair loss treatments time to do what they're supposed to do before you make a decision about stopping them, okay? I hope that's helpful for you, though, Spencer. And I'm not digging your ass, dude. I'm just to the general populace. I gotta get off my chest. Robert Zavala. Name looks familiar. Hey, what's up, DJ, man? Want to say thank you for your hair loss videos. I probably watched about every single one and been watching all alone with your whole finasteride journey. Damn, bro. You've been watching a lot of my content then. You were the one person who put me past my fear to actually starting finasteride when I was scared of all the side effects. I'm now on my 3rd week of taking it. Almost done with this week, and so far, I haven't had any troubles with sexual health as far as I know. Only wish I could have started sooner to see actual results to boost my confidence. This, my friends, is what 99% of the guys are going to do. You're going to be scared of the side effects, and then finally, maybe my video, maybe Hairliciously video, maybe talk to your doctor, or whatever, you're going to make a decision to try taking finasteride, and you're going to realize that it was all overblown anyways. All the side effect bullshit is all overblown, man. Again, I'm not ever going to say they don't happen, okay? And I'm not going to even talk about post-finasteride syndrome because that's a whole different thing altogether. But as you can see by Robert here, he wished he had started sooner. My most recent video where I talked about what advice I would give to my 30-year-old self, that was one of the pieces of advice was I would have started fighting my hair loss sooner with finasteride. I wouldn't have needed a hair transplant as soon probably, but maybe not even at all if I had started finasteride in my early 20s instead of waiting until after all of my hair fell out and became a Norwood 6. And I'm glad you made a decision to do what's best for you, Robert, and I'm glad you don't have any side effects, man. Again, don't ever tell anybody that they're weak or being a bitch for not taking finasteride if they're scared of side effects. This is a real fear, man. You're talking about, your fucking shit doesn't work. Or depression or suicidal thoughts or whatever. I'm never going to be one to talk to downplay those things, but I do think you should weigh the pros and cons and look at the actual risk and then see if it's right for you. And again, you can always stop if something does come up, you know what I mean? So yeah, Robert, give me when did you send this, bro? Is there an April 24th, 2021? Holy shit. Yo, let me know how your hair is, Robert, man. Fucking 2 years, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, man. I'm so sorry, bro. Fuck. Again, guys, I was not ignoring you. I just didn't know. Yeah, I had these messages here. Twin Liddy. I've been listening to your channels on YouTube lately, and I was wondering, since you don't use lumen for your skin and eyes, what do you use? So skincare. Okay. So let me give lumen a bit of redemption. and say that my dark circles are mostly caused by my allergies. I have like fluid buildup in here. Like my sinuses are always fucking congested, and it's just it causes me to have the appearance of dark. You can see like these dark circles here and stuff, but I do have dark circles, not just because of allergies. And I was not. I tried Lumen just because I saw the ads and I tried it and it didn't do shit. And then I never did anything for it. But I've been in South Korea for so long and been exposed to the South Korean beauty market and products for men for so long that I started looking at my skin in the mirror probably middle of this year. And I'm like, fuck, I'm looking old. I'm getting like fine lines and like wrinkles and stuff. And it's not like, I mean, yeah, I'm not like, oh my God, I got fucking fine lines. But I should do better at taking care of my skin. What really made me make that decision to start focusing on my skin was this right here. It's hyperpigmentation, and the second one kind of popped up right here. For I can say no reason, but like, it won't go away. It's been there for months, months. And I've always had like a kind of a clean face, but I can't get rid of this shit. And it spurred me to start taking a bigger interest in my hair, but that too, into my skincare regimen. So I use, my wife and I went to the store called Olive Young, and we went and bought some products and stuff. I use a facial cleanser when I got out the shower. I clean my face in the morning and evening with the face cleanser, and then in the morning I just use this like low oil skin cream, like oil, like lotion, and then I also put on sun cream, which is like really what I'm focusing on these days, is putting some kind of like sunscreen on. And then in the evening I'll wash my face with the cleanser again. I'll put this eye cream on. I will put the lotion on. Oh, actually, I'm all out of order. I wash my face first, and then I use a toner. And I still don't fucking know what toner does. My wife says it conditions the skin to be prepared to take the lotion. I don't fucking know, bro. You can tell that I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. But then I put the lotion after the toner, and then I put the eye cream on and stuff, and that's pretty much what I do. How I notice a difference? It's been like 4 months, and I will say that my skin, my pores look clarified. Is that the word? My skin looks brighter, if that makes any sense. I don't mean whiter. I just mean more alive instead of dull. I don't know if that is that. I don't even know if I'm using the right adjectives. I just don't know enough about the shit to make a description the right way. But yes, Twin Liddy, who sent me a message in February, I have been using something that is Korean, and I can't think of the name off the top of my head. But if I can remember it, hit me up in the messages again, and I'll try to tell you what it is. Okay, this is going to be kind of a long-ass message. It's from Jack G. Nelson, also 2021. Damn, dude. I feel so bad, man, for not getting back to you guys, like, for all these years. But, hey, man, recently found your channel and found your content seriously helpful and relatable. I have recently had a hair transplant in August 2020, and I also hopped on Finasteride soon after my transplant. Good for you, bro. As soon as I started taking Fin, also using Minoxidil Nizoral, my hair loss stopped completely, and my hair was probably the healthiest it's been in years. Hairs became thick AF. Absolutely zero shedding. Couldn't even pull the hairs out if I tried. But around the end of February this year, so how many years is that? That's about a year and a half. About a year. I started noticing some shedding, and since then it has carried on, and my hair has deteriorated, and the shedding has become constant. Nothing in my routine has changed apart from the changing of Finasteride brand. Oh! Which I have now gone back to the original I was using. I'm getting very worried as it seems the Finasteride has legit stopped working despite me not changing anything. Is there anything you'd advise doing or anything you think about is going on? Okay. This we should probably talk about because I did make a video about this and I'll link it. It's somewhere up here. I always forget which side it is. I'll link that for you. Yes. According to what Joe Tillman was saying, and my own experience right now, I'm not going to give you guys my Finasteride update yet. It'll come here next couple weeks or so. There appears to be a difference in performance between brand Finasteride, Propecia, and generic Finasteride. And there's countless generic brands out there, so I'm not going to sit here and try to name each one of them. However, I did notice that when my hair grew the best is when I was taking Propecia brand Finasteride. And to address that right now, some people said that they're taking, I think the brand is called Oregon. Again, don't get us wrong, I'm sorry. But it used to be Merck or Pfizer. That was like, I think it's Merck. That was like the brand for Propecia. But they did a spin-off brand, like a subsidiary brand of the big company, and it's called something like Oregon, and they make the Propecia. So it's still the same brand, Merck, or Pfizer. I can't remember, but it's still considered brand Propecia. But if you're not getting it from there, and it's probably generic. And I have noticed that my hair would shed on regular intervals and never really settle and just not shed while I was on generic. So I think there's something to that. The whole shedding thing, it probably needs more research into it. And I'm just an anecdotal case. And in this guy, Jack's case also, he seems to have an anecdotal case where his hair grew better when he was on the actual brand instead of the generic. So maybe you should, if you're really thinking about making a long-term thing out of this, and if you're using the generic finasteride, try using brand for a few months. It's more expensive, I'll be honest with you. It's like, depending on where you're getting it from, it's pricey. And just see if it makes a difference in your shedding. I personally have noticed a difference in the performance. Okay, and hopefully in my next finasteride update, we can talk about that. But yeah, Jack, I hope that answers your question. Sarthak SK, July 2021. Man, we're really digging into the archives, man. Fuck. Hey, bro, just saw your video on Minoxidil, and I want to commend you on your courage and openness. As someone who is balding, you have given me courage and hope to fight for my hair and confidence. Keep it up, bro. See, these are the messages that I feel the worst about not replying to. Because I'm not that type of guy who just won't reply to you. I am busy. You know, I do have my family. But and especially at this time, I probably could have answered you guys if I was on social media. I had more free time at the time, but I wasn't. And I feel really bad because you guys are kind enough and thoughtful enough to say thank you. And it makes me feel good because I know that the content I'm putting out and the transparency and the empathy that I try to serve you guys is really making an impact. Hair loss is lonely as fuck, man. It really is. It's lonely, one, because you're losing your hair and you want to hide it, you know? And because you want to hide it, you don't talk about it. So even if one of your homeboys is losing his hair or you see some other balding guys, there could be 100 balding guys around you. It's still a very individual and like lonely experience. And I will say that if you are a person who's already dealing with some type of stress or some type of mental issue, and I don't mean mental like you're schizophrenic or some shit. I'm saying like you have your own anxieties and depression and whatever. Adding hair loss on top of that can really be traumatizing. So when I made the channel, that's where I was at, you know? And it was this fucking airplanes, dude. Jesus Christ. I knew that the hair loss for me was a problem. I knew that it was causing me stress in my relationships. My confidence took a huge hit. And, you know, the hat on all the time, always wondering what people thought about me. I looked older. You mean? Like, y'all make comments and stuff about how I look young. But what makes me look young is the fucking hairline, dude. Without a hairline, a guy looks old. You could be in your fucking teens and 20s. Without a hairline, you just look old. If you don't believe me, shave your fucking head and take a look at yourself in the mirror. You just look older. And I didn't want to look older. You know what I mean? I was 24, dude, 25, 26. I didn't want to look like I was in my late 30s or 40s, you know? I didn't want to look like, not even want to say a dad. I don't want to look just like that. And so that's why I think it's important that if you're a guy who does feel that way, one, you got to seek therapy, man. You got to seek some kind of counseling or therapy from a professional, not this BetterHelp, I'll call you on the webcam kind of shit. You need to go to somebody, and do your research, obviously. Go to somebody, sit in front of them, and really dig into what is causing your insecurities. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that most guys who have problems with their hair loss, myself included, it is not the actual loss of hair that is causing the problem. It is that the hair loss is a trigger for something else that has been either laying dormant or has not been fully addressed in your life. And if you can address those things, then fighting your hair loss, you can become more objective about it and more realistic about it. And I don't want to say more accepting, yeah, I'm going to say more accepting of whatever result you get. Because I was struggling with anxiety and depression, man, and having hair loss on top of that just killed my confidence. You know, even when girls would throw themselves at me, guys, you know, and like they were really digging me and I wanted to dig them. I just didn't have the confidence to really be a man. You know, I was so caught up in my fucking feelings and, oh, what would she think about my bald head and this and that and that. If a girl tells you she doesn't care about your balding head, whether she does or not, the fact that she tells you that, you got to take that and run with it again. You got to take it and run with it because I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but if you're so caught up in your fucking feelings about your hair loss, like I was, I've had girls say, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. I like you. You look good on you. And to be honest with you, I don't care about your hair. They were probably being honest, man. You know, because I'm a funny guy. I have a good sense of humor. I like laughing. I'm fun to be around and like doing things and stuff. But I was so focused on, oh, she's worried about me being bald. Can she see my hair loss? And I was projecting my own insecurity and fears onto her. And everybody, you know, thinking everybody was looking at my head. Nobody gives a fuck about my head, you know? We can talk about this in like a live stream. I would love to hop on a live stream and just kind of riff with you guys about this kind of stuff. Because I don't think it's talked about enough at this level. And especially nowadays, man, hair loss on YouTube has become this sensationalized, like, what's up, guys? It's your boy, John. Every day we're going to talk about Finasteride. And like, what the fuck, bro? Like, firstly, take it down a couple notches. You're in my fucking space, man. But yeah, if that's something you guys would like for me to hop on a live stream and just field your questions there and just talk and stuff and riff, let's do that. Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, Sathak, thank you for your message, dude. And I've gotten many, many messages like yours. And yeah, it makes me feel good, man. That, yeah, I kind of has, I don't want to say an old head because I'm not that old, but I'm glad that they have made a difference. My videos have made a difference for people's lives.